The killing of an innocent boy. How and why? Moses meets with the prophet Al-Qadr, Quran 18:65. He did meet one of our slaves, who we gave him mercy, and from our knowledge, we gave him a lot of it from ourself, Allah. We understand from this verse that this man, Al-Qadr, is a prophet of God too, whom Allah gave mercy and so much knowledge that even Moses asked him, as we see in the following verse, Quran 18:66, to be his student. Moses said to him, "May I follow thee, so I can learn from your knowledge and wisdom." As we see here, this Al-Qadr is a big deal as a prophet. Please remember, for later on that verse 18:65 said that Allah gave him mercy and knowledge. This prophet has a special gift of mercy and knowledge. In this story, we learn, as they go along their way, that he, Al-Qadr, saw a young boy, and he killed him. So Moses asked him how he could kill an innocent boy. Al-Qadr replied, "I told you that you might not be able to put up with me." The story begins in Quran 18:74. Then they went, Prophet Moses and Al-Qadr, until they found a young boy. So he killed him. Moses said, "You just did something evil." The story continues through verse 18:80, where Al-Qadr says, "The boy, his parents were good Muslims, and we were afraid that when he grew, he might be unjust and an infidel." In Sahih Muslim, Book 033, Hadith 6434, we find an interpretation of this story. The Prophet of Allah said, "The youth whom the Prophet Al-Qadr murdered was an infidel by his nature, and if he was not butchered, he would have been was an infidel by his nature, and if he was not butchered, he would have been involving his parents in disobedience and disbelief." Now let us study this story and find out what is wrong with it. 1. The boy is a Muslim boy who has done nothing wrong. Both prophets of Islam agree that he was innocent. 2. How can you judge someone for a crime he hasn't done yet? He was just a child who didn't even know what he did, or what he would have done. Actually, he had not done anything yet. 3. Verse 80 says that Al-Qadr was afraid the boy might be unjust. 4. Al-Qadr wasn't even sure if the boy would leave Islam or not. 5. The most important question is that, if Allah is telling us a true story, why are there millions of children growing up and becoming adult atheists, which is an insult to their parents, but Allah does not cause their death at childhood only this one boy. 6. The way the Prophet of Islam, Al-Qadr, killed the boy was of extreme evil. 7. From the Al-Jalalain interpretation of verse 18:74, we see this excerpt. He went and he saw a boy, he slew him with a knife and he picked his head off and started smashing it against the wall. 8. Why would anyone kill someone in such a way, especially playing with his body part after his death? Remember, we are not talking about an adult who did something wrong. If he were, we could say that the Prophet, Al-Qadr, was seeking revenge. However, he was just a boy and he was brutally killed. What was the point of beheading him then smashing his head against the wall? 9. In the end, we can say this is a fairy tale story showing an ugly side of Islam. Killing someone for doing no fault, just because you fear he might do something in the future. If this story were true, then all mankind should be killed before we get older, as all of us are all guilty of sin. This story is one mad tale of Muhammad.